There is a pretty significant gender gap, and I said this before, but I do think reproductive rights is one of the areas is why there is such a strong gender gap today. And I mentioned my mother at 79. She went through, Roe versus Wade. She was somebody that advocated for that type of policy, and then to see that go away in her lifetime was really upsetting to her. And I have to tell you, my mother was a lifelong Republican.
I'm very optimistic. I think there's just now more young people getting involved with just politics in the election cycle and process. And for me, I'm just excited to be able to, choose. Voting is a right, and we, specifically women, haven't always had the right and the chance and the opportunity to vote. So just being able to vote, especially for a qualified candidate, not only because she's a black woman, but because she has the qualifications, I think is just really motivating. And just seeing my peers get involved is really inspiring as well.
I think you can take any issue and you can divide it into a gender gap, an age gap, a race gap, an income gap. But at the end of the day, that's the beauty of our democracy. Everyone gets a chance to go to the ballot box and vote on the issues that are most important to them and for the politician that they think aligns best on their issues. And there's going to be gaps on every issue across every way you want to divide people. But like I said, we're all voters at the end of the day, and that's why we vote every election.
If you're 50, you're still working, and you have all those concerns. And am I going to keep my job? I mean, we hear a lot of, mutterings about that. Possible age discrimination and all the things that go with that. We have concerns, all of us, about healthcare costs. 50 and up, you start encountering that healthcare issues, medicine, affordability, co-pays, all that all really adds up.
Women do vote in double-digit, I think, participation rates higher than men, and so I guess if I were a strategist, I would try to get male voters who lean towards your issue and make sure they get to the polls. Voter participation in a margin in an election where the margins are going to be so tight, I do think that math creates an advantage potentially for the Democrats.